Earth's final transmission. You have sealed your fate. I waved my main sensory arm away from Lieutenant Cadge in annoyance. For 3 orbital cycles, we'd been watching the chatter from that blue-green world they called Earth. Such a boring name for such a boring species. Put it through, I sighed, settling my massive body into the command chair. The soft padding hugged me, but nothing could improve my mood right now. And please tell me, I continued, it's not another one of their TV programs. If I see one more episode about their mating customs dressed up as entertainment, I might throw myself out the airlock. Craig made a snorting noise, his breathing holes opening wide with amusement. No, sir, this appears to be a direct message meant for us. They have discovered our location. That made me sit up straight. All 6 of my eyes blinked in quick succession, a nervous habit from when I was young. How is that possible? I demanded. Our cloaking device should be undetectable by species at their level. Unknown, sir, Craig replied. But the message says, and I quote, "To the alien ships hiding behind Earth's moon like cowards, come out and introduce yourselves properly." The bridge went silent. Captain Maxis dropped her food cube. Lieutenant Dre actually gasped. "Play it," I ordered, lowering my voice. The main screen lit up. A human appeared, pink skin with hair only on top of her head. She wore a blue uniform I didn't recognize. "To the alien vessels watching our transmissions," she began. "I am Admiral Tara Jackson of the United Earth Defense Force. We have known about your presence for quite some time. Your cloaking system is clever, but it creates a particular energy pattern. Our new sensors can spot." My stomach sacs tightened. "Impossible. We understand you are probably trying to decide if Earth is worth attacking or if we pose a threat," she continued. "Let me save you the trouble. We offer peaceful contact. However, if your goals are hostile, I must warn you, fighting us would be unwise. We have studied your ships. Your weaponry is impressive, but your shield design has exploitable weak points. This is not a threat, just information that should help you decide." I felt my jaw ridges click together in irritation. "Cut transmission. Show me their military defenses." The screen shifted to display their orbital platforms and satellites. They looked pathetic. "They are bluffing," I said, rising from my chair and walking the bridge. "Their most advanced weapons are old nuclear missiles. Our shields would barely notice the impact." "But sir," Craig said, "how did they find us? How do they know about our shield design?" I dismissed his worry. "Smart guessing. Or maybe they captured technology from another alien group. Space has plenty of careless travelers." "Should we report this to the Galactic Council?" asked Drav. "And say what?" I replied. "That a pre-space travel species made empty threats? They would laugh us out of our posts." I turned to our weapons officer, Commander Rex. "Analysis of their military strength?" Rex manipulated the display, his purple cybernetic eye glowing. "Around 150 separate nations with various weapons. About 65 million soldiers total. They possess roughly 13,000 nuclear weapons and various other explosives, all useless against our technology. Their most advanced aircraft move at speeds our fighters surpass by a factor of 50. I nodded. Exactly what I expected. "Send them a message," I ordered. "Admiral Jackson, your confidence is noted but unneeded. The Zarconi Empire comes not to conquer but to free. Give us your planet's resources and your species may survive under our wise rule." Drav sent the message. The response came almost immediately. Admiral Jackson's face returned on screen. She was smiling. Something about that smile made my skin itch. "Commander Zar of the Zarconi Empire, yes, we know your rank and name. Your offer is rejected. You have exactly 24 Earth hours to leave our solar system. After that, we cannot guarantee your safety." The transmission ended. I burst out laughing, and soon my entire bridge crew joined in. "Cannot guarantee our safety," I said, mimicking her voice. "The nerve. The delusion." "Perhaps they are mentally broken as a species," Maxis suggested, still chuckling. "No," I said, returning to my seat. "This is a mind game. They want us to think they are stronger than they really are. Quite weak, actually." "What are your orders, sir?" asked Craig. I considered. The Zarconi Empire had taken over 37 planets in 12 star systems. We had never faced real resistance. "Ready the attack fleet," I commanded. "We will strike their major population centers all at once. Few deaths at first, we need workers for mining. When they understand they cannot win, we will install our government. And if they continue to resist?" I stared at the small blue-green world on our view screen. "Then we will show them why the Zarconi Empire has never lost a war." as our 300 warships moved out from behind the moon. We got one last message from Earth. Just text. You have sealed your fate. I had no idea these words would haunt me for the rest of my life. The first assault consisted of 50 dropships, each carrying 200 elite fighters. They entered the sky in perfect formation, creating an impressive light show for the humans below. Our sensors saw their old aircraft trying to stop us. A useless gesture. Sir, they are sending a broadcast to their own people, not us, Craig reported. Want to hear it? Play it, I said. A different human appeared on screen, dark-skinned with a completely bald head. People of Earth, this is Secretary General Omar Patel. The moment we have trained for has arrived. Protocol Omega is now in effect. Good luck and remember your preparation. I frowned. Protocol Omega? What training? No information on it, sir, Rex answered. Probably just trying to keep morale up. Before I could respond, alarms blared. The view screen showed a blinding flash of light. When it cleared, 3 of our dropships were gone. Report, I yelled. Unknown weapon, sir. Rex's voice shook. Nothing like their known tech. It appears to be a directed plasma weapon. Impossible, I whispered. Their level of science should not allow for plasma weapons, but the evidence was right there. More flashes erupted from the planet's surface. 5 more dropships vanished. All ships break formation, I ordered, too late. The humans had predicted this move. Energy beams shot upward with impossible accuracy, targeting our ships. They are attacking our shield's weak points, just like they said they would, Maxis reported. Her voice shaking. Admiral Jackson came back on screen, her face calm. This is your only warning, Commander. Leave now or be destroyed. No. I slammed my fist on the chair. All ships attack. Launch all fighters. Target their weapon sites. As our remaining ships moved toward Earth, I felt deep unease. This was not how invasions were supposed to go. What if they are telling the truth, sir? Craig said quietly next to me. I had no answer. Just an awful taste of doubt I had never known before. What followed was the worst military disaster in Zarconi history. I watched the whole terrible thing from my seat on the bridge. 8% of our dropships destroyed, reported Rex, his eye flickering with stress. All ground forces report heavy fighting in every landing zone. I paced the bridge, my claws clicking against the metal. How? I demanded. Their weapons are ancient compared to ours. Maxis pulled up footage from our troops. What I saw made my primary heart stop. Humans in some kind of powered armor, nothing like the crude gear we had studied, were fighting our best soldiers. Their weapons cut through our battle armor like paper. Their movements were quick and organized, almost mechanical. Magnify that soldier, I said, pointing to one human who was destroying an entire squad of our elite. The image zoomed in. What I saw sent chills down my spine. The human had glowing blue eyes. Mechanical parts were visible at her joints, and what looked like neural ports were connected straight to her brain. They are enhanced, Craig whispered. Cybernetically modified. Impossible, I said. Our intelligence showed they banned such changes for ethical and religious reasons. Sir, Drav said from her station, we are hearing their communications. They keep talking about something called Project Lazarus. It started 10 years ago when they first sensed alien watching. 10 years. While we watched their silly entertainment programs and studied their old weapons, they were preparing for us. The realization hit hard. Show me everything we have on their science advances this last decade, I ordered. Focus on military applications, cybernetics, and energy weapons. As Drav gathered the data, another transmission came through. This time it was a human male with green eyes and a scar running down his face. Zarconi forces, this is General Elijah Voss. Your soldiers are being killed. Your ships are falling from our sky. Your invasion has failed. We gave you a chance to leave in peace. That chance is over, I snarled at the screen. Arrogant ape. Rex, how many ships have we lost? Rex hesitated. 7 destroyers gone, sir. They have deployed some kind of tiny machine swarm that attaches to our hulls, gets past our shields, and destroys our systems. I felt dizzy. This could not be happening to the mighty Zarconi Empire. Not to me. Launch our ground bombardment platforms, I decided. If they want war, we will show them real strength. Strike their major cities, military bases, and power stations. Let's see how their fancy armor works without electricity. Sir, Craig said carefully. Galactic Council rules prohibit striking pre-space travel worlds. It is considered... I know what it is considered, I roared, my patience finally breaking. But these humans have broken the natural order. They should be begging for their lives. Instead, they mock us. Launch the platforms. No one argued further. Platforms ready, sir, Rex announced. Awaiting your command. I took a deep breath. This would end the human resistance and probably my career when the council found out. But better shame than defeat. Fire, I commanded. 12 massive energy beams shot toward Earth. The bridge crew held their breath, waiting for the massive destruction. It never came. Something impossible happened. As the beams approached Earth's air, they hit an invisible wall. Then, incredibly, they bounced back, heading straight for our platforms. Move! I screamed. Too late. Our own weapons destroyed the platforms and nearby ships. The bridge went silent. More than 1/4 of our fleet had just vanished. They have planetary shields, Maxis finally said. It is not possible. Another transmission came through. This time a female human with red-brown hair and hard eyes. Commander, I am Dr. Morgan Lane, Chief Scientist of Earth Defense. We expected your bombardment and stopped it. Your shield technology we reverse-engineered from a scout ship we captured 15 years ago. We made improvements. My jaw dropped. We never sent a scout ship. We only found this planet 3 years ago. The human smiled. Not your empire, Commander. Other visitors come to our corner of space. Some less reckless than you. Some willing to trade technology for safety. The truth was staggering. Humans had been dealing with aliens before we arrived. They had been preparing specifically for an invasion like ours. Sir, Craig said urgently, our ground forces are being overwhelmed. Permission to pull them back? I nodded numbly. This was no longer an invasion. It was now a desperate escape. All ships, I ordered, collect your troops and prepare to leave. Battle Group Alpha provides covering fire. As our ships ran, I got another transmission from a human military center, showing General Voss in front of a massive display of our fleet. Leaving so soon, Commander? We have prepared such a warm welcome for you. Would you like to see what else our galactic friends have taught us? The screen split. Massive doors were opening at what our scouts had thought were simple military bases or civilian buildings. Ships rose up from below. Human ships that mixed technology I recognized from at least 3 different alien species. No, I whispered. No, no, no. The human ships were smaller than ours, but quicker. What they lacked in raw strength they made up for with smart precision, striking our weak points with surgical accuracy. We have lost contact with Battle Group Alpha, Drav reported, panic thick in her voice. The other groups are taking heavy losses. I collapsed into my chair. The scope of our defeat was crushing. Order all remaining ships to the jump point, I said. We are leaving. And the ground troops we did not pick up? Maxis asked quietly. I closed all 6 eyes. They are gone. As our broken fleet limped away from Earth, a final transmission came through. Admiral Jackson again. Her face showed neither joy nor anger, just cold certainty. Commander, you were warned. The Zarconi Empire now has a choice. Think of this as a lesson. Never return or come back with a bigger fleet and learn an even harsher truth about us. This message will repeat on all frequencies, so your leaders receive it. She smiled that same unsettling smile. And remember our first message. You have sealed your fate. We were not talking about our fate, Commander. We were talking about yours. The transmission ended. In less than 1 Earth day, the mighty Zarconi Empire had lost half its attack fleet to a species we had dismissed as barely intelligent apes with toys they did not understand. As we entered the jump point, one burning question consumed me. What would I tell the Emperor? The grand hall of the Zarconi Palace was built to intimidate. Black stone columns rose 30 meters to a domed ceiling painted with our greatest victories. The floor showed conquered species bowing to our might. Scenes that now mocked me with every step toward the throne. Emperor Vex Zor sat watching me approach. His massive form made the seat look small. His 6 eyes tracked my movement while 2 stayed fixed on a holographic display showing the remains of our once proud attack fleet. I dropped to one knee, head down. Protocol demanded I wait to be addressed. The silence stretched painfully. Commander Zoltar, the Emperor finally spoke, his deep voice filling the hall. Explain to me how the mighty Zarconi Empire lost half its attack fleet to a species that has not even settled its own moon. I swallowed hard. Your Majesty, the humans were not as they appeared. Our intelligence was flawed. They had technology far beyond what they should have possessed. So I heard, the Emperor said, gesturing. Footage from the battle played on screens around the hall. Planetary shields, energy weapons, cybernetically improved soldiers. Quite the surprise from a primitive species. They had help, Your Majesty, I said. Other aliens provided technology. I know what they had, the Emperor roared, rising from his throne. Every official in the hall flinched. What I want to know is how you failed to discover this before sending my ships to be slaughtered. There was no good answer. Our scouts had been thorough, or so we thought. We had monitored their signals, studied their weapons, measured their science level. Somehow they had hidden their true strength. Completely. Your Majesty, they deceived us on purpose. They pretended to be less advanced than they were while quietly preparing for contact with aliens. They knew we were watching. The Emperor sat, back down, his main breathing sac moving fast, a sign of extreme anger. And what do your experts believe about these humans? I nodded to Science Minister Traz, who stepped forward, trembling slightly. Your Majesty, the minister said, our study of the battle data suggests the humans have achieved something beyond our experience. They do not create new technology the way we do. They take different alien technologies and combine them in completely new ways. Ways the original makers never imagined. Explain, the Emperor demanded. Traz showed a hologram of one of the human ships. This vessel mixes Proxima technology, Venturi design, and even some Zarconi engineering. But the way they connected these pieces creates something entirely new. Their shield patterns shift randomly, making them nearly impossible to lock onto. Their weapons draw power from what looks like a changed Proxima power system, but with efficiency levels the Proxima themselves have not reached. You are saying they improve alien technology? The Emperor sounded unbelieving. Not just improve, Your Majesty. Transform. Their thinking is not limited by our traditions. Where we see set paths for technology, they see possibilities we never thought of. The Emperor turned back to me. Will they chase us? Will they attack Zarconi worlds in revenge? This was the question that had haunted me since our retreat. I had studied human records extensively. Their history is full of wars with each other, yet they show remarkable control when they win. They can be savage in battle, but generous in victory. My assessment is that they will not immediately pursue us beyond their solar system, I said, but they will prepare for our return. They expect another attack with more strength. And should we? The Emperor asked, leaning forward. Should we gather all our might and crush these upstart apes? The court went silent. My next words could determine my fate, maybe even my life. I could recommend a huge counterattack, the normal response from a Zarconi commander, or I could tell the truth. I chose truth. No, Your Majesty, we should not. Gasps filled the hall. The Emperor's eyes went narrow and hard. Explain yourself, Commander, before I have you executed for cowardice. I stood tall, meeting his eyes. The humans showed abilities far beyond what we expected. Yet I believe they held back. They could have destroyed us completely. They chose not to. I activated my own display, showing Admiral Jackson's final message. Their warning was clear. They see this as a lesson. If we return with greater strength, they will respond the same way. Based on how fast they improve technology, by the time we could prepare another attack, they will be much stronger. Our science team agrees. Minister Traz nodded. Commander Zoltar is correct, Your Majesty. Human technological growth is not steady. It is exponential. In the time it takes us to build another attack fleet, they could progress decades forward. The Emperor made a low, dangerous sound. You suggest we simply accept this defeat? That we allow a level 3 species to embarrass the Zarconi Empire without response? I suggest, Your Majesty, I said carefully, that we change how we classify humans. They are clearly not level 3, regardless of appearances. I believe we should begin diplomatic contact instead. Learn from them as they have learned from others. The court erupted in outrage. War Minister Crew pushed forward, his armor clanking. This is insane. Diplomatic contact with a species that has beaten us. The shame would be unbearable. More unbearable than total destruction, I countered. The humans have shown they can reverse engineer and improve any technology they find. Given time, they might develop abilities that could threaten not just one fleet but the entire empire. The Emperor raised a hand, silencing the shouting. Commander, you were beaten by these humans. Some might question if your judgment is clouded by this experience. I bowed my head. A fair concern, Your Majesty. That is why I brought this. I nodded to Craig, who activated a small projector. A 3-dimensional star map appeared with 16 red dots marking other locations within 200 light-years of Earth. During our retreat, we sensed unusual energy in 16 different star systems. Our analysis suggests these are human outposts or colonies built in secret. The Emperor leaned forward, staring at the map. Impossible. Our scouts would have reported such colonies unless they were hiding on purpose. Your Majesty, the humans knew about other species 15 years before we arrived. They have had time to expand carefully. These energy signatures match the special power technology they used in battle. Minister Traz studied the readings, his eyes widening. The analysis appears correct, Your Majesty. If humans have truly created this many hidden outposts, their resources and strategic strength are far greater than we understood. The Emperor sat back, his expression unreadable. Finally, he spoke. Commander, your recommendation is noted. War Minister Crew, ready defensive plans for all Zarconi worlds within 300 light-years of Earth. Minister Traz, send secret probes to check these supposed human outposts. He rose from his throne, towering above us. I will think carefully about our next move. The Zarconi Empire has never retreated in 900 years of expansion, but we have never faced a foe quite like these humans. As officials left the hall, the Emperor called me to approach privately. Commander, he said quietly, speak freely now that the court cannot hear. Do these humans truly pose a threat to our empire? I considered my answer carefully. Your Majesty, I believe they could, not through weapons, but through innovation. Humans adapt and change faster than any species we have met. That unpredictability is often more dangerous than known strength. The Emperor nodded slowly. Then perhaps it is time for the Zarconi Empire to adapt as well. Return to your ship, Commander. I may have new orders for you soon. I left the Grand Hall wondering what I would discover next. 6 planetary rotations later, I received new orders. Return to the Earth system, not with attack ships, but with a single diplomatic vessel. I was to make contact with the humans, learn their intentions, and most embarrassingly, offer compensation for our unfortunate mistake. The Emperor was not seeking peace out of newfound respect. Our secret probes had confirmed everything. Humans had built outposts throughout neighboring star systems, some dangerously close to our territory. More worrying, the probes found evidence of massive construction projects, the kind that suggested humanity was building something big. Something that made High Command very nervous. You look like someone poured sour nutrient into your drink, Craig observed as we boarded the diplomatic vessel, named Peaceful Over. A name so painfully ironic I asked for a transfer. I'm about to face the species that gave us the worst military defeat in our history, I grumbled. Forgive me if I'm not thrilled. Craig shrugged with his shoulders in a way he had learned from studying human behavior. Look at the positive side. If they vaporize us, at least it will be quick. Your optimism is overwhelming, I muttered. Our journey to Earth took 16 days at standard diplomatic speed, deliberately slower than military vessels to seem non-threatening. It gave me plenty of time to review everything we knew about humans and prepare. As we entered the Earth system, we broadcast our diplomatic message on all frequencies. The response came quickly. Zarconi vessel, Peaceful Overture. This is Earth Central Command. Maintain your current speed and prepare to dock at Orbital Station Delta. Any deviation will be seen as hostile. Transmission ends. No pleasantries. No recognition of our diplomatic rank, just cold, clear instructions. 2 human ships appeared beside us, small, predatory vessels completely different from the ones we had fought. These were entirely human design. That was concerning. Analysis? I asked our science officer, Lick. Fascinating construction, she said through 3 eyes while keeping the other 3 on the human ships. No visible weapons, yet their energy readings show significant offensive capability. They are either extremely confident or completely reckless. After what they did to our attack fleet, I am betting on confident, Craig said. The human ships guided us to a massive orbital station, a new construction since we were last here. The station's design was elegant yet practical, with multiple docking arms. Dozens of different ships moved around it in carefully planned patterns. When we docked, we were greeted by humans in formal clothes, no military uniforms, which relieved me. Leading the group was a tall male with silver hair and piercing blue eyes. Commander Zoltar, he said, extending his hand. I am Ambassador Thomas Reeves. Welcome to Orbital Station Delta. I took his hand awkwardly, my 3 fingers engulfing his 5. Ambassador, thank you for receiving us. The Secretary General is waiting? Follow me, he said. We walked through busy corridors. Humans of various types worked alongside several alien species I recognized and a few I didn't. They moved with purpose, barely glancing at us. This was not the greeting I had expected for the dreaded Zarconi Empire. The main conference room offered a spectacular view of Earth below. Secretary General Omar Patel, the same man who had announced Protocol Omega during our invasion, stood gazing at his home world. He turned as we entered, his expression neutral. Commander Zar, when we learned the Zarconi were sending a diplomatic mission, I insisted you be part of it. Poetic symmetry, would you not say? I bowed formally. Secretary General, I bring greetings from Emperor Vex Zor and an offer of peaceful relations between our species. Patel gestured to the conference table. Please sit, we have much to discuss. As we settled into chairs designed to fit Zarconi physiology, another small detail that impressed me, holographic displays lit up around the table. They showed our attack fleet, then shifted to images of destroyed Zarconi ships, captured soldiers, recovered technology. Be direct, Patel said. 6 months ago you came to conquer us. Today you come seeking peace. What changed? I had to defend the Empire's honor, but my orders were clear. Honesty above all. The humans had proven they could detect lies. Your technological abilities, I admitted. Your strategic outposts. Your skill at reverse engineering and improving alien technology. These facts led to a re-evaluation of our approach. Patel exchanged glances with Admiral Jackson, who had entered silently. She looked exactly as she had in the transmissions, calm, calculating, dangerous. Interesting, Patel said. You are monitoring our expansion as any smart civilization would. Just as you were watching our ships long before we knew you could, I replied. A small smile crossed Patel's face. Fair enough. What does the mighty Zarconi Empire propose now? I activated my tablet, showing the Emperor's offer. Non-aggression pact, recognized borders, limited technology sharing, compensation for damage from our mistake. Mistake? Admiral Jackson said sharply. Is that what you call an unprovoked invasion? I met her eyes steadily. What would you call your deliberate hiding of technology? Your secret outposts? Your agreements with species that gave you advanced weapons? Survival preparation, she replied without hesitation. We detected your spy drones 3 years before your attack fleet came. We knew what the Zarconi Empire does to weaker worlds. You are not the first expansionist species we have encountered, Commander. That was news to me. We know you had contact with other species, I said carefully. The Proxima tried to conquer us 80 years ago, Patel interrupted. The Venturi attempted settlement 50 years before that. Each time we adapted and won. Your invasion was simply the latest test of our readiness. The meaning hit me hard. Humanity had been fighting off alien invaders for over a century. Each encounter made them stronger, more adaptive, more dangerous. all while looking like a weak species with old weapons. I was not aware, I admitted. Obviously, Admiral Jackson said dryly. Our discussion continued for many hours, covering details of the proposed peace agreement. Throughout, I was impressed by how the humans handled themselves. They were firm but not cruel, demanding but not unreasonable. They wanted recognition, respect, and assurances, not subjugation or punishment. As we ended for the day, Ambassador Reeves offered to show me something, an act of transparency, he called it. We were taken to an observation deck overlooking a massive hangar. Below us, dozens of ships were under construction, vessels larger and more advanced than anything we had seen during the invasion. Our first true deep space fleet, Reeves explained, capable of reaching any system within 1,000 light-years, scheduled for completion next month. The message was clear. Humanity was expanding with or without our approval. You have achieved in months what takes most species decades, I observed. Reeves nodded. Necessity is a powerful motivator, Commander. When survival depends on rapid change, you either adapt quickly or die. The outposts you detected are research stations mostly, some mining operations, a few colonies. We are a curious species. We want to explore, to learn, to grow, but we have also learned to be cautious. As we returned to the conference room, an urgent message came through our ship. Seconds later, alarms blared throughout the station. What is happening? I demanded as humans rushed to various stations. Admiral Jackson checked a display on her wrist. Long-range sensors have detected a Proxima battle fleet entering the system. Approaching fast, not responding to our calls, my heart raced. The Proxima here now. They decided to try again, Patel said grimly. Admiral Jackson, begin Defense Protocol Theta. Ambassador Reeves, take our guest to safety. As Reeves led us to a secure viewing room, we watched in awe as Earth's defenses activated. The orbital station shifted, sections revealing weapon placements previously hidden. From Earth's surface, hundreds of ships rose to join others already in orbit, forming a protective sphere around the planet. The Proxima fleet appeared, 50 warships in crescent formation near Mars. Their design was distinctive, organic-looking vessels with multiple weapon ports, notorious across the galaxy for ruthless efficiency. This is bad, Craig whispered. The Proxima do not negotiate. They annihilate, I nodded grimly. Even the Zarconi Empire avoided Proxima space with caution. On the main view screen, Admiral Jackson appeared on her command ship's bridge. Proxima vessels, this is Admiral Tara Jackson of Earth Defense Force. You are entering protected space. Leave immediately or face consequences. The Proxima response was a barrage of energy weapons. What followed was the most one-sided battle I have ever witnessed. Earth's ships moved with coordinated precision, their formation shifting like water around the Proxima attack. The planetary shield flickered briefly as it absorbed and redirected enemy fire. Then humanity's counterattack began. Ships I had not seen before emerged from hidden positions around Mars. Sleek, predatory vessels struck the Proxima fleet from behind, while Earth's main forces attacked from the front. The Proxima tried to regroup, but human vessels were too quick, too agile. Within 20 minutes, the Proxima fleet was destroyed. No human ships were lost, though several showed damage. The few remaining Proxima ships tried to escape, but concentrated fire ensured none got away. When we returned to the conference room, Secretary General Patel was waiting. He looked tired but satisfied. Now you understand, he said simply, and I did. The humans had not just been preparing for our return. They had been preparing for anyone who might threaten them. The outposts, the rapid advancement, the hidden fleets, all part of a species-wide decision to never again be defenseless against alien attackers. The Proxima will send more ships when they learn of this loss, I warned. Let them, Admiral Jackson said, entering the room. Each attack makes us stronger. Each new enemy teaches us new methods. Each piece of alien technology we capture speeds our development. I understood then what made humans truly dangerous. Not their weapons or shields or ships, impressive as they were. It was their ability to adapt, their relentless drive to overcome, their skill at turning defeat into power. Your final message during our invasion, I said. You have sealed your fate. It was not a threat. It was a statement of what was true. Patel nodded. By attacking Earth, you forced us to speed up our defensive planning, our technological growth, our movement into space. You gave us the push and the resources to become what we are becoming. And what is that? I asked, though I feared I already knew. Admiral Jackson smiled that same unsettling smile from our first meeting. The force that will not be ignored, Commander. The species that will never again be weak. The civilization that learns from every encounter, grows from every challenge, and emerges stronger from every conflict. As I prepared to return to our ship with the draft peace agreement, Patel shared one final thought. You know, Commander, humanity spent centuries looking at the stars, wondering if we were alone. When we finally got our answer, it came as invasion attempts. You shaped us, all of you, Venturi, Proxima, Zarconi. You made us what we are, and for that perhaps we should thank you. I thought about his words during our journey home, about how the Zarconi Empire had unintentionally helped create possibly the most dangerous species in the galaxy, about how humanity's rise might reshape the cosmic order we had believed would stay the same. When I presented the peace agreement to Emperor Vex Zor, I included one personal recommendation: study humans closely, not as enemies or even allies, but as a force of nature, unpredictable, adaptive, completely transformative. In the vast tapestry of galactic civilizations, humanity was something new, not just another species taking its place among the stars, but a catalyst for change itself. Their final message had indeed been prophetic. They had sealed our fate, all of us, by their very existence, and the galaxy would never be the same again.